Hi, my name is Michaela, and today I'm going to share the 10 reasons why I've decided to start a YouTube channel. So the reason I'm making this video in the first place is because I feel like I'm going to need some reminders about why I'm deciding to do this, because I'm predicting that this is going to feel really weird for me later on. So I'm sort of making this video as accountability and also just to try to convince my future self to continue doing it if I ever get to the point where I feel like stopping. Also, if you are interested in making a YouTube channel, then maybe you will resonate with some of these 10 reasons that I'm going to share today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Like I said earlier, there are 10 reasons that I have, and I'm going to list these in no particular order. This is just the random order in which these 10 reasons came into my brain. So reason number one why I've decided to start a YouTube channel is because I'm already super into documenting my life in various ways. The most notable way is by journaling. I have journaled for as long as I can remember. I've filled up dozens of journals. And I think this stems from two movies I watched as an adolescent. So one of them is The Notebook, where there is an older woman who has dementia and she's forgotten a lot of her life. And her husband has written down the story of their lives in a journal, and he reads it to her often in the hopes that she'll remember. Also, The Princess Diaries I really loved when I was growing up, and the female lead in that movie is also really big into journaling. So I think those two movies that I watched a lot growing up sort of influenced me to pick up journaling. Another way that I like to document my life is through an app called 1 Second Every Day. So any videos that you take on your normal phone throughout your normal day will appear in the app, and you can choose 1 second of a clip from any video that you've taken, and it meshes them all together in a montage. I have done that on and off since like 2018. Also, the creator of this app gave a TED talk about the whole purpose of the app and his mission and everything. I'm gonna link it down below because I think it's really interesting. So in short, me starting a YouTube channel is just a continuation of the habit and the hobby that I already have of documenting my life. Reason number two also has to do with some sort of media that I was exposed to when I was growing up, but when I was in high school-ish age, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is a book that was originally published, I think, in the 1980s. And there is a part in the book where they talk about participating in your own life and not being like a wallflower and not just watching your life happen, but you're actually participating and you're making choices and you're really in it. Like you're trying to be the main character in your own life. That really resonated with me, and I was like, I don't really participate in my own life either. And I still think about this sometimes too. Like, am I actually participating in my life, or am I just letting this happen? Am I in the driver's seat, or am I in the passenger seat, or even the back seat? I still think about that a lot, and I feel like this is a way, starting a YouTube channel, I feel like this is another way where I can sort of take control of my life and participate in my own life in a more meaningful way. Reason number three that I am starting a YouTube channel that sounds funny every time I say it. Reason number three why I'm starting a YouTube channel is because I am also into like the personal development sphere, and a lot of the YouTube videos I watch in my own free time are about that. Like, how can you be more productive in a sustainable and non-toxic way? How can you, take charge of your life? How can you make better choices? How can you plan better? Things like that. I'm already very much into that sphere. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about people who are doing this as a hobby. They say that documenting their life and putting these videos online has really increased their confidence and has helped them in sort of a personal development sphere. Like, it teaches them new skills, it gives them more control and autonomy over their lives, and those things all sounded great to me. So I was like, well, that's another reason, I guess, that I should do this too. This is also just an outlet for me to learn more skills. Most of them are gonna be like tech skills, videography skills, editing skills, things like that, but skills nonetheless, skills that I don't already have. And I'm super into learning new skills, so this is just gonna be another way for me to do that in a meaningful way. So I realized while editing this that I accidentally started re-describing number 1, which is the desire to document my life. So I'll be doing a voiceover for number 4. The 4th reason why I'm starting a YouTube channel is the idea of quickly taking action on your ideas so that you learn faster what you like and what you don't like. For instance, let's say you want to start a small business. You spend 2.5 years researching and overthinking the business idea before actually launching the business. Half a year after actually launching your business, you realize you actually hate it and it's nothing like how you imagined it'd be. You decide to quit your small business and now you feel like you've wasted 3 years of your life. The alternative could have been giving yourself a deadline of 1 or 2 months to research what you need to research and then jump right into creating your small business. It may not be perfect, but you will at least get a feel for the work it will take to start and run your small business. You will learn way faster that you actually don't like running your small business, and this saves you a lot of time in the long run. The moral of the story is not to get stuck in the planning, researching, and overthinking phase, and instead jump head first into your ideas as quickly as you can. Those who try and fail fast will learn fast and therefore waste less time in the long run. Reason number 5 is that I'm hoping this can just be like another creative hobby that I have. I do consider myself a super creative person, and I have lots of hobbies already, most of them being related to music or reading and writing, but you know, you can always do with another hobby. And I've also really been bad about binge watching Chicago PD lately. And so I'm trying to give myself another thing that I can do instead of watching Chicago PD. Do you know what I mean? Or instead of scrolling Instagram, this is another creative hobby I can spend my time doing, and this, I'm assuming, is gonna be like a guilt-free hobby, whereas scrolling through Instagram and watching 8 straight episodes of a TV show, that's not exactly guilt-free, you know? Reason number 6 as to why I am starting a YouTube channel is because I feel like I have one of those jobs, one of those 9-to-5 jobs, where it can easily become your whole identity. So when things aren't going well in your job, it's like, it kind of almost feels like it's ruining your whole life, because if you let your job or your career have that much control over your happiness, or if you let it consume your entire identity, then when that thing isn't going well, it's like your whole life isn't going well. Your whole identity is now in question. You might have one of those jobs too. I feel like the typical jobs where it can easily become your whole identity are like, I would assume doctor, nurse, like any sort of medical field. I would assume that's one. I haven't done that, so I can't say for sure. Or like if you're a corporate girly or something, I feel like that can easily become your whole identity. Me personally, I'm a teacher, and that is not my whole identity, and I don't want it to be my whole identity. So this is another way for me to do something in my life that is unrelated to teaching. It's unrelated to my job. It's just about me. I feel like the perfect way to combat when that's happening to you, like when you feel as though your job is becoming your whole identity, the thing that you do to combat that and to fight back is to give yourself another piece of your life that is unrelated to your job. So if you work in tech or something, then you need to do some sort of hobby or side quest that is unrelated to tech. So you could like learn an instrument, learn a language, learn a new skill, pick up a hobby like rock climbing, or just something random. Do something that's totally unrelated to tech. Like that thing is about you. It's personal, it's your choice, you have control over it, and you chose to do it. And so it's completely separate from your job, this other part of you that still exists, but they can be separated. And now, every time you have that feeling of like, I am my job, like my whole personality, my whole identity is just my job. Every time you have that thought, now you have evidence as to why that's not true. So it's like you're giving yourself cold hard evidence that your job is not your whole identity. So in short, I'm trying to give myself like another hobby, and I'm trying to give myself the cold hard evidence that I'm not just a teacher. Like I am a person and I have a life outside of teaching, and this is proof of that. With that being said, I did want to mention that I do not want this to be like a teacher YouTube channel. I really want it to be more like lifestyle and just work-life balance. And vlogs, I want to do vlogs because like I said, I want to document my life. So that's sort of what I'm going for. I do not want this to be a teacher YouTube channel because I am trying to keep those parts of my life separate as much as I can. Basically for the whole reason I just described. Like I want something that's just for me. I want something that's unrelated to teaching. And so I'm hoping that this can be that. Just letting you know. Reason number 7 why I am starting a YouTube channel. I have actually already started another YouTube channel. It's called Michaela Cordy Music, and that is where I put like music education content. So I like to make ukulele play along videos and I put them there. I do steady beat play along videos. Basically it's resources for music teachers and resources for the music classroom. And then occasionally I'll do like an unboxing or review of an instrument or something that I would use in my classroom. I say all that to say that I've actually already started a YouTube channel and I have really enjoyed it. I started it February of last year, so it's been a year and 2 months now since I started that. And with that YouTube channel, I have greatly enjoyed making content for it. I have enjoyed learning new skills about how to make videos like that. And I'm super into analyzing data. I'm super into analyzing meaningful data that I resonate with and I enjoy looking at, is what I should say. But I really like being able to look at the analytics and see what's going on and see what does well and see what doesn't do well. I just like analyzing things. I like analytics. So anyway, I have already started a YouTube channel and it has nothing to do with me or my personal life. It's basically only resources for other teachers, but I have enjoyed the process of building up that channel, and so I kind of I want to do it again. Except this time it's on a personal level. It's about me this time, whereas the other one was not. So that's the big difference between these two YouTube channels. So reason number 8 about why I'm starting a YouTube channel is more of why YouTube, like why not Instagram or TikTok or some other platform? And the answers to that, answers plural, are 1, I think YouTube is already my favorite of those platforms. I spend more time watching videos there than I do on Instagram or anything else. Number 2 is that I sort of have, I guess I have a bias towards long form content, like longer videos, because short form content is, I think, really bad for your brain. And the whole epidemic of like people not having an attention span anymore or a super short attention span, I think it's due to the short form content that people consume so frequently and regularly. And for that reason, I personally enjoy watching longer videos better because it feels more guilt-free. Like I'm not killing my brain by watching a 20-minute YouTube video, but it feels like I am killing my brain if I watch like 200 videos in the course of 20 minutes or like whatever the number may be. That will deplete my brain and hurt my brain more than if I watch one singular video for 20 minutes straight. So in other words, I already am partial to long form content, and so that's what I want to make. And I also think it will fit my purpose better of documenting my life. So I think YouTube will be the best choice for me there as far as where I can put longer videos. Reason number 9 why I am starting a YouTube channel is this is just a way for me to work through my thoughts in a way and express what I'm feeling, express what I'm thinking about life. Sort of harking back to reason number 1, how I really enjoy journaling. Like this is gonna be another way where I can journal, except instead of writing it all out, I'm actively speaking it out and working through it in real time. And this is gonna be, I think, I'm assuming, a good way for me to do that and just work through what's going on in my life. I'm going to tell you about another app. So there's an app called Cappuccino, and in Cappuccino, you can join a group with your friends, and then you record what's called a bean, as in coffee bean. Cappuccino. It's like a voice memo. So you're not recording a video of yourself. It can be 3 minutes or less. You record the bean talking about whatever you want to talk about, like whatever you want to tell your other friends that are in the group with you. And then the next day, it will release your bean to everyone in your group. So if you have 5 people in your group, for instance, and all 5 of you record a bean on Tuesday, then on Wednesday, all the beans will be released in chronological order, and you can listen listen to it kind of like a podcast. So it's kind of like, instead of having a group phone call or a group FaceTime, you can listen to it on your lunch break or when you're driving to work or whatever it is. Me and 4 of my friends have a group in Cappuccino where we, tell each other what's going on in our lives, and then we can all listen to it and keep up because we all live super far away from each other. And I was recording a bean for my friends to listen to one day, and I was like, you know what? This is really good for me to like talk out what I'm feeling right now and thinking, because I was going through something in my job, funnily enough. And I was working through it by talking about it out loud, which I usually don't do. The way that I usually work through things is in silence or through journaling, but I usually don't want to talk to anyone about it. I'm not big about talking about my issues until they're already resolved. So I found it interesting that this one time I was recording a bean, I was like, this is actually really helpful for me to talk things out, even though no one's here with me right now listening. Like, they won't get to listen till tomorrow, but just the act of me talking it out, I'm finding really beneficial. And so I'm hoping this YouTube channel can be another way where I can do that and capture that same feeling. Reason number 10, this is the 10th and final reason why I'm starting a YouTube channel. I don't know if you ever feel this way, but I feel the need every few years to have some sort of change in my life. And I think what sets us up for this is school. Going to school, because you go to elementary school, some people go to primary and then elementary school, and then you have a huge life change when you go to middle school, and you're there maybe 3 to 4 years, and then a huge life change again when you go to high school, and you're there about 4 years as well probably, and then you have a huge life change when you either get a job or you start going to college or university or something like that. But either way, there's a big change because you're leaving high school to do something else. I think we're training ourselves to expect a big change like that every few years. For me, at my current job, I've been working there for 5 years. And so, like I said earlier, I was getting really burnt out in that job. It is my first professional job, like career job out of college. And I just was getting really burnt out, and after 5 years I was feeling like I just need to change. I just need to do something different. Do you ever feel like that? Like you've been doing something for a really long time and you're like, I really just need something different. I guess this is that change. This is something I'm doing as like a physical marker of, okay, this was the before and now this is the after. So I've started the YouTube channel, so now this is like in my next phase of life. Like the previous phase, I was just working my job and that was it. And now in this next phase, I'm working my job, but I also have this fun hobby that I do of making videos that I can look back on in the future and really enjoy. So those are my 10 reasons why I've decided to start a YouTube channel, even though part of that feels really weird. It feels very strange, but I've literally just explained to myself 10 reasons why this is a good idea. Maybe you too are interested in making your own YouTube channel, which might be why you clicked on this video, or it might be because you know me in real life and you've come here to be like, what the heck is she doing? But most of you are probably interested in starting a YouTube channel of your own, so you're like, what's this random girl's 10 reasons for starting her YouTube channel? Maybe I resonate with some of those as well. I do hope that is the case. I hope that you were thinking about starting a YouTube channel too, and that you resonated with at least one, maybe even all 10 of the reasons that I gave. Maybe you and me both can come back here from time to time to remind ourselves why we're doing it. And it's supposed to be fun. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful or educational or entertaining or something positive. If so, maybe I will see you back for the next one, whenever that is. Anyway, I am going to leave you with what I'm currently reading, which is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I'm a big reader, so if you're a big reader too, come back and maybe we can talk about books at some point. All right, I am gonna go for a walk, so thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.